Hi everyone, welcome to part 2 of our webinar series. My name is Morgan. I'm the digital media and marketing content creator at CBDC Blue Water. Today we are going to talk about branding for your small business. It will be a general overview of the basics of branding, and we are going to really focus in on the visual components of a brand and look at what goes into a brand package or style guide. I hope that this will help you start conceptualizing what you want your brand to be and get you started thinking about the visual representation of your business online. To get started, let's talk a little bit about what branding is. A lot of branding is not the choice of the business owner. Branding is created by your customers and the community that interacts with your business. It is how other people perceive your business. It is the way your business makes people feel, your values, your social media pages, your workspace, the services people expect to receive, your products, your logo, your staff, you as an owner, really just everything that you are. While branding cannot be controlled entirely by a business, there are many things that you can do to influence the way people perceive your brand. Today I want to focus on your brand as it pertains to your social media pages. We are going to develop a small style guide for your business to help you plan your social media posts and maintain a consistency that is related to your brand. Ultimately, people will believe what they want to believe about your business. But if we plan our visual identity, we can influence people to look at our business through a certain lens and thus help them develop a positive outlook of the brand. And we want to make sure that we are attracting the clients that we want to use our services, and we're really hitting that target audience. So what are the major components of your visual identity? The first thing, and what I would argue is the most important, is the logo. I cannot stress this enough. A logo is the face of your brand. It is how people come to recognize your business, especially online, and it has the power to influence how people will experience your business. An unappealing or dated logo can turn people away from your business before they even have a chance to experience your services. There are no specific rules on how your logo should look. It depends on trends within your industry and the visual components that you believe will draw in your ideal customers. Some of the strongest logos are made up of simple geometric icons. They are clear and easy to read and can be viewed at very small or very large sizes, and their legibility does not change. Usually logos have one or two colors, but as printing is becoming cheaper, that trend is changing, and you'll see logos that include a variety of gradients and more than just one or two colors. Logos also usually only have two typefaces. One for the business name that is typically more decorative, and another if there is any subtext explaining what your business does. Color is powerful. We relate to color emotionally, and there are many studies on how color affects the way people choose products and brands. Color can be used to tell a story. I'll talk more about color later on, but what I will say now is most businesses will adopt a small handful of colors to use in all of their content. These colors should include the colors of your logo, plus a few more. If you need help picking your palette and colors that go well together, there are two sites which I use to help me. That's Pinterest and color.adobe.com. When you are working online, every color will have a hex code. I will show you what these look like later, but they are valuable tools to make sure you are keeping your colors consistent. Typefaces and fonts like color will also affect how people view your business. And the style of a font can change the meaning people pull from a phrase or a sentence. For example, if we look to the bottom right of this slide, we will see the words "better together" written in two different fonts. The first looks like a font from a horror film, scratchy and chaotic. It definitely reads as a more threatening phrase. The second is written in a loose, bubbly script that has a playful strokes within each letter. It reads more celebratory and compassionate than the phrase above. Same wording, different meanings. Most brands will adopt at least two different typefaces, one for headings and one for body copy. Your heading text can be more decorative if it suits your brand, but keep your body copy simple and easy to read. For your body copy, choose a font that has a lot of weights so you can create a hierarchy of information if you need it. Like color and typography, photographs will also carry meaning. Try and set specific rules for yourself when you are taking photographs of people or products, so that way you can keep consistency within everything you are posting online. If you are editing your photos before you post them, try and use the same filters or editing style in all of your photographs. The last visual component I want to talk about is graphics. What I mean when I say graphics is basically all other visuals you use within your content. A certain illustration style, shapes, or icons can help complement your branding. Mascots like the Geico Gecko can serve as a fun way to reach out to clients, though they may not be appropriate for every brand. Remaining consistent with your graphic style is a great way to establish how playful or professional your brand is. Style guides, which are sometimes called brand packages, marketing packages, brand guides, or identity standards, are rule books that take all of the visual components we just discussed and lay out the rules of how to or how not to use them. Any business with a marketing team or any business that hires out for their advertising will have a style guide. Style guides enable large companies to maintain brand consistency even when they have multiple people working on their social media and advertising campaigns. As a small business or someone looking to create a personal brand, you should 100% consider building a style guide for yourself. It only has to be as extensive as you see fit for your business. However, the more rules you set for yourself, the easier it is to establish your brand. Let's take a look at some of the parts of CBDC's brand identity standards. I'm not going to look at all of the components of our style guide, but I do want to show you what I think are the most important to our online presence. So here we have CBDC's logo. Every single style guide will have the logo somewhere within it. It will also have a minimum logo size, saying that you cannot shrink the logo past a certain size, or else certain components of the logo will become illegible. Most style guides also have a minimum visual space component to their logo. This usually takes the height or width of an element within the logo and determines that in all representations of the logo within content, you must have no other graphics within a certain space around the logo. This is to make sure that the logo is seen. Style guides will also show you how to correctly present the logo. This means you have to take into consideration the contrast between the logo and the background that you place it on within your content. In this example, we are showing you that if you were to place our logo on a light background, you should use the red version of the logo. For darker backgrounds, a white version of the logo with the red letters inside is more appropriate. If the contrast is high enough on a dark background, you can revert back to the red logo, but it does have to be legible. In images with complicated backgrounds, you can put a white box behind the logo to help with the contrast and make sure that the logo is legible. Most style guides will also include logo misuses. If you are producing your own content, you will know how your logo should and shouldn't be used, so it may not be necessary for you to include this. But if you do ever plan on hiring someone or do ever have anyone else working on your branding or your content, you should include this section within your style guide. Crazy things happen to logos, and where it is the face of your business, you want to make sure that you are in control of how your logo is presented at all times. So these are our CBDC colors. Our primary color is the red that you see in our CBDC logo. We also have 4 other complementary colors that are to be used to support the main brand, but you'll never see them in our logo. These colors are shown with their Pantone, which is a spot value for printing, their CMYK, which is a print value, RGB for online, and an HTML or hex code value. This helps us make sure that we are using the same colors every single time. Our primary typeface for body copy is Open Sans. It is a sans serif font that is very clear and legible and easy to read. It comes in a variety of different weights so that if we have to create an information hierarchy within our writing, it is easy to do so without having to use other fonts. We can create decks, bylines, subheadings with the other weights of the font while using the regular Open Sans for body copy to make reading easier. We also have a secondary typeface that we use almost exclusively for headlines. It is a little bit more decorative, which makes it harder to read in large bodies of text. For this reason, though, it pairs well with the Open Sans copy and creates a bit of contrast. Our secondary typeface is a serif typeface, where our primary typeface for body copy is sans serif. Our photography style is also outlined within our style guide. These are the examples that are used to talk about the composition of our photos, the way they should be edited, different themes and colors that you'll find within them, and also the fact that CBDC focuses primarily on photos of our clients. We use landscape photos as supplementary graphics on our social media pages, within newsletters and things like that, to showcase the areas where CBDCs are active. This is of course not everything that you will find in every single style guide. Most style guides will have what I just showed you, but others will include their mission statement and brand values, ad templates, any partner logos that they use a lot, brand voice, signage, business cards, stationery, merchandise, illustration style, and all other supplementary graphics. If you want to build a style guide for your brand, I do encourage you to look at as many as possible. Do a quick Google search and look at what other brands are doing. Also, in the description of this video, I'll leave some links to other style guides and creators that have made guides for themselves here on YouTube. I did say I would talk more about color, so here it is. I mentioned hex codes earlier. See those 6-digit phrases on the rainbow? Those are hex codes. You can find color codes by using an eyedropper tool in your content creation software. Somewhere in the color panel, this value will show up. If you save these values, you can input them each time you are choosing colors for your content, and you will get the same color every time. This is great for consistency and will save you time so that you don't have to constantly try and match your previous content. Once you have picked your brand colors and saved them, it is important to look at them closely and consider what story they tell. Certain colors represent certain themes and emotions, and while it differs culturally, there is some crossover in the meaning of certain colors. Our color associations lead us to make judgments about brands daily. Certain color choices can lead us to assume that certain brands are associated with particular industries. This color chart won't be accurate for everyone, but it is a start to thinking about the meaning of colors. If you look at some of the logos of major brands featured here, you will start to notice some trends. For example, red, a color we usually associate with power, passion, speed, and anger, is used in a lot of car company logos. Passion, speed, and intensity are probably characteristics a customer would seek when they are looking to purchase a vehicle, so this just makes sense. Pink, well, it is a shade of red, holds a different meaning. We think of love, playfulness, femininity, sweets, which is why it would be more likely to see pink on a candy wrapper than on an emblem of a Ford truck. I'm not going to go over the entire chart, but I do encourage you to pause, take a closer look, or to look more into color theory and marketing before you make your final decision about your brand colors. And if you would like to learn more, I am going to leave some more video links within the description on color theory and colors within branding. And there you have it. That's my intro to branding. So what's next for you? Get everything you need together, do your research, and look at trends within your industry, and also look at other industries. Logos that you like, color palettes, photos, anything, save them and start creating mood boards of what you want your brand to be. You can take all of the components that you save and slowly work them into a style guide for yourself. If you're wondering about software that you can use to develop a style guide or to create content for your brand, the Adobe Suite is my personal favorite. But there are programs out there for people who do not have a background in graphic design. Canva's one of these, and I really encourage that you check it out. It's super affordable and most of their features are actually free. Thank you so much for watching this video, and like I said, I'm going to link as many resources as I can in the description below. Have a great day, and good luck with your branding.